So I don't know about you, but for me, it was a very big chiddush last week. We said that now, Sefer Shmois, the narrative is changing. In Sefer Bereshis, we spoke about people, and now we're speaking about Klal Yisrael. And then a lot of things change. The definition of greatness changes. You are great in as much as you are part of the Klal. That was a big chiddush, and I think it's true. But I want to take it one step further. We see that this chiddush is true even in the flip side. How do we define a villain? What's a villain? Well, in Sefer Bereshis, we had good versus evil. We had Yaakov versus Esav. You know, we had Lavan versus Yaakov. You know, it was again one against one, basically. Now it changes. The main narrative is Klal Yisrael, and this sheds light on Paroi. Paroi, wasn't like a Russia. Wasn't that? It didn't do terrible things or whatever. It wasn't against, it wasn't even against Moshe Rabbeinu. It wasn't like Paro versus Moshe so much. Paroi started way before Moshe. Paroi already, started contemplating his the whole slavery before there was a concept of Moshe Rabbeinu b'chlal. Havon ischak maloi. We just read that this week. He was worried about something. What was he worried about? He was worried about a Klal Yisrael. Like we said last week, Ein melech b'loi am. If he gets rid of the nation, there's no king. There's no king. So the villain of Paroi is the fact that he's also negating this concept of Klal Yisrael. So the great people of Klal Yisrael is how they're shaykh to Klal Yisrael, and the bad people, their badness is this, that they are negating the concept of a Klal Yisrael. He wanted to destroy the nation. He wasn't, a mass murderer. I'm saying he wanted to kill out all the Zecharim, but that was only after he saw that the actual slavery wasn't doing the trick. The whole point of the slavery was so that they should stop having children, but they were still having children. So he had to go to Plan B and kill the babies, which also didn't work. But he was against the growth of a nation, and that was the pinnacle of his evil, was that he was against the concept of the Klal Yisrael. He was against the whole narrative. And that was the biggest problem with him. The biggest problem. Chazal tell us that on the day that Moshe Rabbeinu approached him, the first time he approached him to ask him or to tell him to let my people go, was the day that all kings of the world sent their crowns in to become fully subservient to Paroi, making Paroi the physical Melech HaOlam, officially the King of Kings, the Melech Malchei HaMelachim. And on that day, Moshe Rabbeinu comes to him and says, let my people go. That's right. Let my people go. And this week is the beginning of this point being driven directly to Paroi with the 10 Makkos. We are now trying to educate Paroi and say to him, no, there is a concept of Klal Yisrael. And that Klal Yisrael is being mamlech kaviyachol the Rabbeinu Shalom. We are the nation of Hashem. And this Hashem is the true Melech HaOlam, not you. This is the idea. This is, again, the narrative that's happening right now. So hopefully we'll, try to work through this and, see this happening more and more. This is what the story is about. It's about the creation of a Klal Yisrael, people who are part of that Klal Yisrael, who created that Klal Yisrael, and the people who negate that Klal Yisrael. So I think this will give us something to think about for the next coming weeks. Bez Hashem.